Hello everyone. Welcome back to another inspiring episode of Beyond Borders, where we break barriers, share real stories, and empower one another to dream bigger. Before we dive in, I want to take a moment to greet my amazing co-hosts Vanessa and Suzette. Hello,
Hello,
girls.
hi
It's
everyone, hi
always
Amber.
Hi. It's always a joy to share this space with you both. And even though Independence Women's Day was yesterday, I still want to take a moment to celebrate all the incredible women watching today. Your
Yes,
strength, resilience, and determination deserve to be recognized every single day.
absolutely.
Now we have a beautiful topic that many of us can relate to: the power of a supportive spouse in our entrepreneurial journey. Having someone by your side who believes in you, encourages you, and walks this path with you can make all the difference. Yes, Suzette?
Yeah, and we are beyond excited to welcome our special guest today, Hyacinthe. Hyacinthe is a mother of five, a wife, and a businesswoman who has first-hand experience of how spousal support fuels success. Welcome, Hyacinthe.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Hi,
Thank you so much
ladies.
for accepting our invitation to be here with us today and to share your story and your experience. Of course, before we dive in, let us know in the comments, guys, where are you watching us from? And don't forget to, of course, like and share. If you know someone who could find value in the information that we share here weekly, please share this live with them so that we can inspire more people with our conversations. All right.
Yes. And as always, we love starting our session with gratitude. It keeps us grounded and reminds us of the blessings in our lives. So I'll go first. Today, I'm truly grateful for the people who believe in me, especially in moments when I don't believe in myself. So, like my co-host here, Suzette, I'm grateful for them and our supportive community and to my kids and family. So that's the kind of support that gives me the strength to keep pushing forward. So, what about you, Irma? What are you grateful for?
I love that, Vanessa. Yeah, for me, I'm thankful to my husband, who has been my rock and biggest supporter on this journey. His encouragement means the world to me, and together we are creating a future filled with possibilities. Yes, this is. I'm thankful to him. So, Suzette, what are you grateful for today?
Oh, that's so beautiful, Irma. Thank you so much for sharing that. I have to say that I am so grateful for my kids as a single mom, and being a business owner. I specifically remember when I started this business, I was working full time as well. And I had to depend on them to, sometimes even be quiet when they really wanted to play, and just really doing the things that they needed to do to give me that time so that I can focus on the work that I had to do so that I can continue to build my business successfully. So I'm super grateful for them and the patience and the restraint that they've always shown throughout my journey.
Wonderful, wonderful, Suzette. Now it's your turn, Hyacinthe. Please, we'd love for you to introduce yourself to our audience and also to share what's something you're grateful for today as well.
Thank you so much, ladies, for the invite. I'm so happy to be here with you. Again, my name is Hyacinthe. I am a wife and mother of five amazing children. I have three boys and two girls. I am an educator by profession, and I'm also online business coach. So I am so grateful for good health I have right now, because I know right now, if we look around us, people suffer, people are in the hospitals, people go through hardship right now. So for me to be in good health today and also having my children at home, sometimes when you are on social media or something like that, you see those video popping up of kids who are in the hospital suffering. But for me to see my kids every day, to have them at home and they are in good health, this is something I'm grateful for every single day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Amazing. So, Hyacinth, thank you for sharing that. And again, we appreciate you being here with us today. So, let's start from the beginning, right? I have the first question for you today.
Okay.
So, how has your husband's support and influenced your journey as a digital entrepreneur? Was he on board right away, or did it take some time?
So he wasn't on board right away at first, I would say, because before finding this business, I was looking for businesses before. And then I find something online prior to this where I brought to him so we can invest and start together. Unfortunately, it was not a legit business and we lost a lot of money. When I mean a lot of money, it was over $10,000,
Wow.
which we invested. Yeah. So because of this, he became really skeptical for anything that is has to be on the online. Okay. But deep down in my heart, I know I can find something legit, right? So even though I know he becomes so skeptical after that experience, I was still looking to see if I can find something else. And then come 2021, I found this business. I was so scared to bring it back to him again, right? Just because I already bought something, he accepted, he was excited about it, and we ended up losing everything. And then I was like, oh my goodness, how am I going to bring this? For me, once I watched that webinar, I knew this is the right place. I knew because I saw a community. Prior to what I've found before, there was no community. It was two people who were guiding us through this type of business. So for me to see community from people around the world, I just look at that community. I'm like, there's no way all those people are going to scam me, one person. This is impossible, right? And then I remember watching this webinar feeling excited already. But deep down, I'm like, oh my goodness, we have to do this together. I cannot do this by myself. How am I going to bring this to him? So I watch a couple webinars and then I think like, okay, how about we start with the webinar? Just ask him what the webinar and see what he says, which I did. First of all, he didn't really want to watch the webinar, but I kept bringing it to him like, I just want you to see. We're not studying anything, so just watch this. And then he accepted and then watched the webinar. The first time he was not convinced. The second time I was keep just bringing him because I know as with our webinar every week is different people. So I was just bringing every week. I'll show him new people sharing their journey on how they're earning online, how the life is changing. And then with time, he started believing too, just because he also saw the community. And then he ended up telling me like, oh, I see there's a difference because this one is community. So this is probably the right one. But if we have to invest, we need to start really at the bottom. We can't invest much right away. And then yeah, so this is how I get him on the board, and then he agrees to invest. And today he is really proud of me and I'm proud of him, and because we are building this for our children together.
Amazing. So I loved your strategy there, right? And
Yes.
I understand where the position he was in as well,
Yeah.
because there's so many different things out there, so many offers, and sometimes you don't know what's real and what's not. And
Mhm.
that's one of the reasons why we always present our faces online and present ourselves, because
Yeah.
we want people to know that this is a real opportunity, this is a
Yeah.
real business, this is
Yeah.
not a scam, and this is something that you can trust,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
so the fact that we have those webinars really helps, and I
Yeah.
like that you really brought him over
Yes.
and over, so that he can make that decision for himself and say, you know
Yeah.
what, I think this one is legit. So that's
Yeah.
awesome. Thank you for sharing that. you
Yeah.
know um a lot of like myself, I'm single, so I never had to deal with that. But it's so important that, just like you said, when you're starting something and you have a spouse, you have a partner, that you get that person to come on board with you, right? And for those of you out there, if you have a spouse, you have a partner, and they might take a little bit longer to understand what the business is about, you want to have that patience and that communication, just like Hyacinth did, so that you can bridge that gap and bring them to the decision as well. Thank you for sharing that, Hyacinth.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yes, absolutely, Suzette. And that actually leads to my next question for you, Hyacinthe.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, many women struggle with balancing their business and family life. How has your husband's support helped you manage both?
Oh yeah, like his support means the world for me and for our family, literally, because as I said earlier, we are parents of five, and also we still have our full-time job. So I really needed his support. Even the beginning when I saw this, I knew some people can start by themselves, right, and then after joining the partner when maybe the results are there. But I know with this, we have to be in this together. There's no way I can do this by myself. So we have to come up with plans, right? So we're running this business together, but there is more tasks on what we're doing, right? So let's say for Wednesday, for example. So Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern time, that's everybody in this house knows, right? Like money is
Yeah.
not available. I have to attend our mastermind. So this is when my husband jump in on board, right? If there's something that need to be done, if my just to follow up with our kids to know like do they have any tasks? Do they still have some work, homework, which need to be done or completed? So this is when he stepped in and do that. And also eventually we became coach, right? So now I also have people I need to coach and also have some coaching role to be made, right? So this is when he too again jumps on the board. He just need to see our calendar. I'll show him like for the week, this is the day we have the coaching calls. And then if that day we have maybe activity for our kids, soccer, gymnastic, swimming, so he knows like these dates are booked off, mommy is not available, so I need to jump on and do it. Like it helped a lot, his support. Yeah.
I love that. I love that because I think having a partner who encourages you instead of making you feel guilty is a game changer.
Yeah.
Because I personally, in this moment, I'm doing my life and my husband is taking care about the kids. So sometimes, sometimes I had moments when I felt torn between my business and my responsibilities as a mom and wife. But when you have the support and open communication and sharing responsibilities, have helped us to create a balance. So I think support isn't just about the words; it's about action.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
definitely. That's exactly right, Irma. And yes, I think that's a perfect segue to my next question for Hyacinth,
Mm-hmm.
because not all spouses immediately understand why we choose this path. So, Hyacinth, what advice would you give to women whose husbands may not fully
Yeah.
support their business like just yet, like, right away?
Yeah. Yeah, this is a tricky one also. It's very tricky in sense like every relationship is different. And
Mm-hmm.
for me, I would just say communicate. Communicate, because I know some people want to see results before they jump on board, but just show the testimony. We have a testimony from our webinar for real people every single week, right? Like lives of real people changing every single week. You can just show them, show your partner or your husband or your wife, what this business is all about. I know the communication can be sometimes tricky, but if the other person in the receiving hand can understand the power of community, then you will see, especially also if you have goals in your family, you also want to have that time freedom for your family, financial freedom, and you planning on having something for your family. So this is something you can show him like, look, the example of real people who have been made it to the other side. Hopefully with that all testimony and real people changing, it might help the husband. sometimes it's a wife who's skeptical, right? So even a
Mhm.
wife needs to see the real deal and the real business and then jump on board. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good advice.
Yeah.
And it's so true because sometimes spouses need time to see the vision.
Mm-hmm.
But as they watch our confidence grow, well, me, I don't have a spouse, I'm single.
Mm-hmm.
So I did this by myself as well.
Yeah.
But I can understand like some spouses they would see like your confidence grow and the results come in, so they
Yeah.
begin to understand like
Yep.
why this is important
Mm-hmm.
to the other partner. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great point, Vanessa. And speaking of growth, I'd love to hear about the impact that this has actually had, like on your marriage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, how has working towards your goals together strengthened your relationship?
Yeah, it has strengthened in the like in sense of communication. Like as I was saying earlier, we have to communicate, right? If I have something ahead of time, I need to let him know so he knows where and when to jump on board and do something. And also as a teamwork, right? So we have to learn to work as a team, right? Because with this business, there's some other things I have to jump on board. There's some other technical thing that I cannot do, which I need his help. And some of them, even our children, we have to involve them. So this is like family teamwork. So we have to come up with that teamwork and collaboration to make this work. And also, like, yes, it's online business. Sometimes we have challenges. Sometimes we just feel really overwhelmed. So through those challenges, this is when he steps in, and I love about that, right? Because sometimes you just feel really overwhelmed. Maybe you have a lot of tasks to do. Maybe you wanted to do something that didn't work well, and then you just need that support and then somebody to just cheer you on, right? So this is where he come on board and supporting me and pointing me to our goals all the time. Like, we started this together. Don't forget why we started this on the first place. And I always have this picture of my kids on my computer, on my phone, on my vision board, because they are the reason why we're here. So he will always point me to there. Like, if we don't do this, or if you get discouraged, look what will happen to these kids, right? So like, to help us work as a team, communicate better, and then work through those challenges together as couple.
That is so inspiring. A supportive spouse isn't just a cheerleader, they
Yeah.
become a true partner in our
Yes.
success. So
Mhm.
it's about growing together, both personally and,
Yeah.
of course, as a team.
Yeah.
Wow. Yes, this has been such an inspiring conversation, really. I really enjoyed it. Thank you, Hyacinthe, for sharing your story with us. And if you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to like, comment, and share so more people can hear Hyacinthe's story.
Yeah.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
you're curious about how this business can change your life, just like it has for us for on screen here, join our free live webinar. It's every Tuesday and Thursday. It's at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you can register on our website. So whichever page you're looking at, we have a website there. Register on that website, so that you can become
Close it.
part of this.
We're gonna be done in 2 seconds. Yes. As we wrap up, sorry about that.
It's okay.
As we wrap up, I want to leave you with a quote. Behind every successful woman is a tribe of other successful women. And sometimes a man who believes in her dreams as much as she does. So thank you all for being here and see you in the next episode of Beyond Borders.
Thank you, Hyacinth.
Thank
It's been
you.
Thank you,
great.
Thank you for
Harrison.
having me.